A shocking and deeply tragic case out of Michigan has horrified the nation, revealing a level of extreme neglect that prosecutors are calling extraordinary and terrible. A 7-year-old nonverbal autistic boy has passed away, and the details surrounding his death have led to his parents being locked behind bars with no bond, facing charges of murder. The most staggering detail of this case rests on the scale, as the young child weighed an astonishing 255 pounds at the time of his passing. Today, we look into the horrific conditions inside the home, the systemic medical neglect, and the severe charges now facing the people who were supposed to protect him. The investigation began on a Tuesday morning in November when emergency dispatchers received a frantic 911 call from a mother stating that her 7-year-old son was not breathing. First responders rushed to the residence on Dania Street in Flint Township, Michigan. Upon arrival, medical personnel located young Casper O'Brien in severe medical distress. Despite emergency life-saving efforts, the young boy was pronounced dead shortly after. Because of the child's shocking physical state and the visible environment inside the home, police immediately launched a thorough criminal investigation. As investigators stepped inside the O'Brien family home, they were confronted with what Genesee County Prosecutor David Layden described as deplorable and unlivable conditions. The house was filled with severe hoarding, covered in filth, and overflowing with trash. Young Casper, who was nonverbal and completely bedridden due to his physical condition, spent his days confined to a makeshift bed. He was forced to live in a single space alongside 4 other family members. Authorities quickly discovered that Casper had never been enrolled in school and was entirely hidden away from the outside world, trapped within the walls of the neglected home. Following the child's tragic passing, an autopsy report was conducted, uncovering a heartbreaking timeline of medical neglect. The medical examiner determined that Casper stood at just over 4 feet tall but carried a body weight that put his body mass index at an astronomical level, classifying him as morbidly obese. The official cause of death was ruled as dilated cardiomyopathy, a condition where the heart becomes enlarged, weakened, and ultimately fails to pump blood properly, a direct result of the extreme strain caused by the severe weight. When questioned about his lifestyle, the mother admitted to investigators that due to sensory texture issues, Casper's daily diet consisted entirely of potato chips, French fries, carbonated water, and apple juice, leaving him severely malnourished despite his size. The investigation also revealed that the last time Casper had been seen by a doctor was more than a year prior, in February of the previous year. At that time, he weighed over 100 pounds, and his pediatrician urgently referred the parents to a specialist. However, the parents completely ignored the referral and never took him to the appointment. What makes this case even more egregious is that the father maintained a stable job that provided the family with excellent health insurance and resources. Prosecutors emphasized that this was not a tragic case of poverty, but rather a deliberate and conscious choice by the parents to withhold medical care from their suffering son. The horror inside the Flint Township home did not stop with Casper. When police arrived at the scene, they discovered Casper's 5-year-old sister under deeply alarming circumstances. The young girl was found wandering outside the home completely unclothed, covered in dirt, and with severe knots and matting in her hair. Medical examinations later revealed that she, too, was suffering from morbid obesity due to the same patterns of neglect. Authorities immediately intervened, removing her from the environment, and she has since been placed under the care of Child Protective Services. Following a meticulous, months-long investigation, the Genesee County Prosecutor's Office officially moved forward with severe criminal charges against the parents, 40-year-old Damian O'Brien and 41-year-old Jessica O'Brien. Both parents have been booked into the Genesee County Jail and are being held without bond. They face heavy charges, including second-degree murder, torture, and second-degree child abuse. During their recent court appearance in early July, the severity of the situation was made clear, as a conviction on these charges carries a maximum penalty of life in prison. While Damian O'Brien's defense attorney has publicly stated that his client maintains his innocence until proven guilty and intends to fight the battle inside the courtroom, the community remains in shock over the severe level of abuse uncovered. This case stands as a grim reminder of how vulnerable children can fall through the cracks when severe isolation and neglect take over a household. The loss of young Casper O'Brien has left a community mourning and demanding justice for a child who could not speak for himself. What are your thoughts on the tragic details of this investigation and the legal actions being taken against the parents? Let us know in the comments section below. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned as we continue to follow the developments of this breaking true crime case. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth reporting.